regulate conversations that let you know more about people. And it's stupid because people don't want to have a nuanced perspective on anybody. Look, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to KamalaHarris. I'm like, I bet there's a person in there. I bet I can get to that person.
Yeah.
I wanted to find that person. I don't want to hear all the speeches. I don't want to hear, I was raised middle class. I don't want to hear any of that shit.
She's a roller skater. You know that?
No, I would love to find that out.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to her about all kinds of shit. I literally said, like, because there was a few restrictions of things they didn't want to talk about. But I said, I don't give a fuck. I go, get her in here. Like, whatever you want to talk about. And they want to know if I edit. I'm like, there's not going to be any editing. There's no editing.
Yeah.
We're not going to edit. But
yeah, that's the same thing they asked us. Is there an edit? You know?
I just wanted to talk. I feel like you give someone a couple of hours and you start talking about anything. I'm going to see the pattern of the way you think. I'm going to see the way you process ideas. I'm going to see whether or not you're calculated or whether you're just free.
Yeah.
Or are you comfortable with you, or are you projecting things? Like, she's got 80 different accents. How do you decide which one to pull out?
Yeah.
Like, she busts out different accents depending on who she's talking to.
Yeah.
They should have made her talk to a bunch of Chinese folks. I would have loved to hear that accent. I want to see what,
I do that too, though. I like to meet people where they're at.
Sure.
You know? Oh, if I see somebody that's, I'll be like, what's happening, my friend? It's like, I like to meet people where they are,
Yeah, she did one with the Latinos where she talked with a Latino accent. I'm like, this is wild. But she's a chameleon. But if you want to be a successful politician, that's probably a good trait.
I agree.
It's like a comedian that's always on. They kind of get annoying. But if you want to be a comedian, that's probably a good trait. You want to be a politician, you should probably be able to melt into your environment and sort of meld yourself with whatever these people want you to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe not. Maybe it's just like I always feel like the environment of debates, the environment of interviews on television, the environment of anything you're doing in front of an audience, it's so fake. It's such a weird way to talk that you don't get a sense of who the person is. So, like, when I got to see Trump on your podcast and you were talking about doing cocaine, then it makes you like an owl.
Oh, God.
It was hilarious. But it was like, you got a chance to see that guy as a person trying to figure out, like, who is this psycho I'm sitting here talking to?
I remember that shit. I'll fucking make a nest in my living room, dude. That shit, boy. I'll scoot over to the neighbors and steal some twine in my beak, homie. There's nothing worse than being locked out of your place on cocaine, man.
I can only imagine. But you talking to him, like, as a person is, like, almost more valuable than any other kind of speeches he does. Because when he's in front of everybody talking about we're going to make America amazing, those are great speeches. But you don't, like, she had an amazing speech. When I was like, she could win, was when she had that one speech about Donald Trump, like, scared to debate her, but he says all these things. But you know what I always heard? If you want to say something, say it to my face. And the whole place went crazy. And she was laughing.
I didn't see that.
Oh, it was so good. It was her best speech for sure. And it was right when they decided that she was going to run for president.
Maybe that is what got people involved.
Biden stepped down, and she had one banger of a speech. She looked young and energetic, and, like, it really made you feel like this is going to be a chick. She was hot. She was younger. She was younger. She was a smoke show.
She's still all right. She got that thing on her, I bet.
So this...
You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you were saying. That's why it's so crazy.
Because a lot of brothers love her, too.
Everybody seems to love her.
Look, if the brothers like it, she got that thing on her. That's all I'm saying,
I understand what you're saying. But, like, that one speech was almost enough for her to win. And if she just didn't talk other than speeches... But they needed to do a better job with the speeches because every speech was the same. And the problem with that is we were talking about this, like the internet. You get to see that speech over and over again online, like, and then people make compilations of the speech. And
and then the same thing.
But it's like if someone goes to see your act. They don't understand, like, acts, like, to develop a bit, it takes months and months and months to really, like, put it together where it's, like, rock solid.
Yeah.
And you're going to do it the same way or slightly different every night. And if someone comes to see you and goes, Theo's so full of shit, man. He told us the other day that it was just the other day.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, he said it 3 weeks later. It wasn't just the other day. It was 3 fucking weeks ago, dude. You're repeating the same shit. So
you got too many leap years, white boy. Yeah, shit like that.
Exactly. So that's what they feel about, like, a presidential presidential candidate that's telling the same speech over and over. Well, hey, you're not supposed to go see all those speeches.
But yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the thing is
Yeah,
about
you're
Trump.
not following the Grateful Dead here. You know,
Trump
it's like,
rambles.
but Trump has a lot though. Trump has a lot that are repetitive.
He does, but not in the same order. It's like going to see a Grateful Dead show. It's like fucking, it's all over the place. Yeah. You know, when Trump gets out there, he just does Dougie. Did you see? He had this long-winded speech about the rocket.
That was
insane,
Elon caught
dude. The rocket.
I'm like, you just won the presidency.
Edit that down. You can edit that down. That could be 2 minutes.
Beautiful arms.
I was worried about that in the very beginning of the podcast before we got cooking. When he was talking to me about Lincoln's bedroom, I was like, oh boy.